Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining me. If any of you are joining me because you saw my post earlier saying that I was going to be going live at 7 o'clock and you are here at 7 o'clock, thank you so much. Thank you. So, as you come in, I am going to ask that you tell me where you are joining me from if you're going to stick around. If you're not going to stick around, I understand. It's like 7 o'clock. It's dinner time. Well, my kid didn't have school today, so I don't know how much homework is going on. But tell me where you're from. I would love to know where you're from because the past 3 days have been super crazy for me. I have just crazy. So a lot of new people are, sending requests, and I'm just like, hey, where you from? So as you're joining, please tell me where you're from. So I wanted to take a moment tonight just to say hello, to introduce myself, to introduce my new business, and just to kind of talk about what this thing is. So for months, you all we're friends, like we know each other. You've been hearing me talk about working on something. I'm doing something. I got stuff to do, right? I've said that a lot. And so now I'm able to share with you what I've been doing. And so if you saw yesterday, I just launched a brand new online career progression course. That's what it is. And can everybody let me know? Can you give me a heart or something and let me know that you can hear me? That you can hear me okay? Because you see it right. I have three microphones, three microphones, and they're all connected to different phones. So I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. So if you could just drop me a heart, that would be great. Thank you. So yesterday or day before yesterday I think, this ad started running, and I hope you've been able to see it. And it is an ad for this career progression course, right? So my name is now trademarked. For all of you who have been wondering, what is Felicia doing? What in the world is she doing? My name is now trademarked. I now have an LLC, so it's Felicia H. Eaton LLC. That is the name of my business. I didn't want to give my business one particular name because I just feel like there are so many different things that will come from my name, from my mind, from my heart. So I didn't want to name it a business per se. So that's why it's just Felicia H. Eaton LLC, because there are so many things to come. Okay. And also, if you have questions, if you want to type your questions in the chat, feel free. I may not be able to answer them while we're here live, but I will come back and answer your questions. Okay. So please leave questions if you want to. That's fine. I promise I will come back and answer those questions. So again, my name is Felicia Eaton, and I live in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, and I earned my bachelor's and master's degree in social work. So I was a social worker for a while, and the opportunity presented itself for me to go into pharmaceutical sales. I did that. But what brought me to this course is my willingness, my wanting to help other people progress through their careers, progress through their lives. Okay. So real short story. Some of you may have heard it. Some of you who are new to me, you may not have heard this story. If you've gone to my website at this point, you have heard this story or you've read about this story. But 2017, real quick, laid off from and this is going to be a very transparent live. I hate putting myself out here, but this is my assignment. from God, so I will do it. But I was laid off from a job in 2017, and I was making quite a bit of money. I was making right over six figures, like 115, right? And that was a great job. I loved it. It was super flexible. It was everything that my family and I needed. Well, I was laid off from that job, and layoffs happen. You can't be mad at companies because they have layoffs. I guess I'm saying it now. I'm a business, so I'm thinking about, okay, how do I streamline? How do I get what I need to get done by spending the least amount of money, right? So you can't really be mad at these companies. They're trying to survive, right? So laid off, and did some entrepreneurial things for a while, and but that wasn't enough. So I had to go back to work. I went to work for another company, and I ended up taking probably over a 60% pay cut. So I went down to like $40,000, and I was in a call center. And I'm looking at myself, not looking around at my coworkers, because I love my coworkers, but I'm looking around and I'm saying, Felicia, how did you get here? You have a bachelor's degree, you have a master's degree. How did you end up being 40 something years old and you're making $40,000 a year? How did that happen? How did it happen where you were getting paid on Fridays, and then you were broke by Tuesday? How did that happen? So I started moving differently. I started moving differently at work. I started networking a little differently at work. I started arriving early, staying late at work. I started volunteering for certain scenarios, situations, tasks. I started doing all those things. Start going above and beyond what was being asked of me, what I was being paid for, okay? Because what I knew was that I couldn't stay, and no, let me just say, I am not trying to offend anyone. If you, wherever place you are in life right now, I am not saying anything negative about where you are. I'm talking about me. This is my experience, okay? So I realized that, I have 3 sons. I just gotten remarried, and I just knew that I needed something more. And I knew that I was going to have to do something different to get something more. And so I took all those things. I started, like, when you do something well at work and your manager may send you an email, and that email may say, "Good job, Felicia. Thanks for stepping up in the meeting. Thanks for all of the bright ideas that you brought to the meeting," right? To you, that may seem like nothing. That may seem like, "Oh, you're welcome." To me, I created a folder, and I started putting all of those attagirls in that folder, right? Because I knew that I was about to change my life. I knew I needed to change my life. So I started putting all those things in a folder. I started sending emails and finding mentors which are very, very important. They were very important to me, and they can be very important to you as you are trying to progress your career. I do want to apologize to my Facebook personal page, because you all are down in front of my computer, and so I'm having to look down, but then when I'm looking down here, I'm not looking up here. So I apologize if it looks like as if I'm looking up more than I'm looking down at this phone. So I apologize. But anyway, so I started moving differently at work, and I started documenting everything. And when I started moving differently at work, my manager started asking me to do more. He started making recommendations for me to do other things with other people on other teams. And I always said yes, because I was trying to bring more awareness to myself, right? That's just what I was doing. Oh yeah, awesome. Tell me where you're from. Again, anybody that's joining, please drop me a line and tell me where you're from, okay? Because again, this is launch week for me, and I'm meeting new friends and from all over, and I'm really excited about it. So I do want to know where you're from. Oh, great. So anyway, so I started going above and beyond, And when my manager saw that I was going above and beyond, I guess in his mind, he was like, oh, she wants to do something different. So we started having conversations about what I wanted. And when you are trying to change your life and you're trying to do something different and you're trying to earn a promotion at work, let's get real. You need more money. Is that real for anybody? Can I get some hearts on that? When you need more money to take care of your family, then when they ask you to do something, you do it. Even if you don't feel like doing it, then you ask someone, how do I do this? And then you do it. So anyway, I started moving like beast mode crazy. But was I telling everyone what I was doing? No. You don't have to tell everyone what you're doing. And here I was in a call center. I didn't even know I was in a call center until like 2 weeks. I was like, oh, I'm in a call center. But here I was, 40-something years old. I felt like my life was starting over. 40-something years old, making $40,000 a year. How the freak did I get here? Anybody else feel that way, that you've had to start over and you don't know how you got here, but even more importantly, you don't know how you're going to get out? Right? So I'm in this space. I'm 40-something years old. I have 3 sons. One had already graduated, or he just graduated, and 2 that were still in school. And so, to be honest with you, my check was probably around $700 a week. Now, I was coming from a job where I could pay all my bills out of one check. But when I lost that job, when I was laid off, then you come to $700 a week, and you're like, how do you do that? So I would pay one bill, I would buy grocery, I would put gas in the car, and I would keep 20 for myself, and I would give my kids like 10 each for school, for lunch or whatever. Now, some of you may be saying, but Felicia, aren't you married? Weren't you married? Yeah, I was. This was in 2018. But I had just gotten married in 2016, and my husband, who was super supportive, was taking care of the major stuff. Okay. I still had bills, right, that I came into the marriage with. So there was no way I was going to expect him to take over that stuff. But so I still had bills, and I still had 3 sons of my own that I needed to make sure that their needs were being met. Just starting over after divorce. Oh, wow. That's, but here's the thing, and I'm going to call your name if it's okay. Ashley, there are so many women like that. Right? There's so many women like that. I went through divorce in 2013, I believe it was 2013. So I felt like I was starting over twice. I was starting over in so many different ways, as so many different women are. So anyway, started moving differently at work. And here I am, 45 years old, in a call center, working with, you think I was working with other 45-year-olds? Awesome. 2 kids. Yep. It's no joke out here. You think everybody else that I worked with was 45? No. They were 20, 22, 21, 23, 24, 25. They were what we would call millennials. And don't get me wrong, I met some amazing 20-something year olds. Like, they are still in my life today. And I could have allowed that to intimidate me, but I did not. People were saying, and at this particular job, you could only promote or even apply for a job after you've been there for 18 months. 18 months. So at 6 months, probably, I was like, oh, I'm going to get promoted. I'm going to get promoted at 18 months. Well, people were saying, oh, normally there's no way you can live in Memphis and get promoted to a job in Memphis. In order to get promoted to a job in Memphis, then you have to move out of town and then come back. Who told y'all this? Like, everybody was saying this. I'm like, what Kool-Aid did you all drink to believe this? So these people, these young 20-something year olds, they bought into it. And some of the people who had been there a long time had also bought into it. And so I guess they were like, well, I can't move out of town. And that's the way I felt. I was like, I can't move. But I was getting mad because people kept saying, oh, you're not going to get promoted. You're going to have to move out of town. Well, I'm married. I got 3 kids. I can't move out of town. Now, if this was right out of college, yeah, we could have moved out of town. But it was not. I was not right out of college. I mean, I know I might look like it, but anyway, I'm kidding. But anyway, so I couldn't. So I closed my ears to everything that everybody was saying. I closed my ears. And those thoughts that tried to sneak into my mind to say, oh, you're too old. There's no way that you're going to be in competition with the younger people coming right out of college. Don't worry about it. Those thoughts, man, I prayed. And I'm being honest. I prayed. I was like, God, you got to help me. Keep my mind stayed on you. Keep my mind focused on what I have to do for my family. And that's what I did. So, I did that. And I started doing things behind the scenes that no one knew I was doing. Right? So at 18 months, no one knows this, but at 18 months, and I don't know if this person will watch this, but at 18 months, the day of the 18 month, because I've been networking and doing some things behind the scenes and getting there early, staying late, volunteering, putting my best foot forward, every time I even knew that there was an executive in the building, I would have on a new dress from TJ Maxx or Marshall's because I couldn't afford anywhere else. But I would have a new dress on just in case I bumped into them in the hallway. And more times than not, I would bump into them in the hallway. And I was always prepared, right? So anyway, that's all in the course on how I did that. But on the day, the 18th month, the day, there was a position posted for a Memphis position. I applied. Was that position being held for me? I don't know. Maybe not. I'll never say. I don't know. But anyway, applied for the job. I'm talking about everybody wanted this job. Everybody wanted this job. But I had to have this job. I needed this job. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I was like a lion or looking over their cubs. I needed this change. I had to have this change. Okay? So I interviewed. First interview went great. Second interview went great. Third interview went great. I got the job. I got the job. Was I prepared for the job? Absolutely. And I'm going to post a picture after this live goes off. I'll post a picture of what my room looked like as I was preparing for those interviews because it was nuts. I took over my kitchen table for about 3 months because I started preparing for the interview probably about 4 months before the interview even happened, because I knew that at 18 months I was going to have an opportunity, and the opportunity presented itself. Okay, so anyway, I took all of that and got the promotion, got into that position. I was like, okay, this is great. But I knew I needed more. Still, I needed more. I had 3 kids. Oh my gosh. But even more importantly, I wanted more. And a lot of people get caught up in the fact of you saying that you want more. There is nothing wrong with wanting more. Nothing. We sit and we watch television and we watch these, what do you call these shows? The reality shows, and we watch other people elevate their lives and take their lives to the next level. But yet we sit and we settle for our lives. Heck no. I wanted more. I still want more. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to live a different lifestyle. I wanted to offer my children a different lifestyle. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So say it with me. I want more. Anybody on here want more? Say it. And say it loud. I want more. But in order to get more, you got to be hungry and you got to do things that other people are not willing to do. And that's one of my favorite quotes by Les Brown. In order to have things tomorrow, you have to be willing to do things today that other people aren't willing to do. That's probably not, don't quote me verbatim, but that's what it says. And I was willing to do what other people weren't willing to do. Okay? So, fast forward 9 months or so, I wanted more. Let's get back into pharma. I did what I had to do. the same interview preparation, the same networking. I mean, some crazy networking. And I landed the job. In fact, my manager now, and you probably have seen pictures of me of us back in December. She told me, she was like, I knew you were the one. She said, she was like, it was something about your spirit. I knew it. Within 2 months, I did that. Within 2 months, I came back into an industry that I was laid off from before, but I came back earning more money than I was earning before. So this course that I have created, I have taken everything that I learned, everything that I did, everything that helped me to be the best candidate. I have taken everything and put it into one place. And I am giving you everything. And the reason we're on this live tonight is because as I was preparing this course and preparing to launch this business, I didn't want to be that type of business where, oh, you give me your email and I'll give you something for free, or I'll give you just a couple of little tips on what to do for an interview. No, I'm going to give you everything. I'm not trying to take your money for nothing. I'm not trying to do that. I am trying to help you change your life. Listen, I needed to change my life. If you've gone to my website, then there was a video that talked about that moment that changed my life. And I call it my Kroger moment, my grocery store moment. And that was the day that I got up to the counter with my younger two sons, and I didn't have enough money to buy the food. And the food didn't cost a lot. And I ended up having to leave the basket of grocery at the register. That was one of the most humiliating days of my life. And on that day, that's when everything changed for me. That's when I went into beast mode at work. But on that day, December 18th, 2018, I came home. My boys went their way. I came into my office. I laid flat and I said, God, you got to help me. You got to help me do something different. You have got to help me change my life. Give me the mindset that I need. Give me the tongue so that my tongue is working correctly at work. Give it to me. I need it. I have to have it. And so I went to work and everything changed. Right? So that's what this course is. And this course will also help you identify that broken moment. Because a lot of times we will start something, but we won't continue. We won't be consistent with it. We'll start and we'll stop. We'll start and we'll stop. And that's what business is too. I cannot tell you, this is my last business. I have tried so many times. I guess I've always had a want more spirit. But you'll start and you'll stop. But you'll start and then you'll stop because you forgot why you started in the first place. So my course helps you, and it may bring some tears to your eyes, but my course will help you dig deep into your gut to find out what was that moment for you. And if you are a 20-something-year-old, you may not have gone through anything yet. But my course will help you to remember what was it that you saw when you were young that made you say to yourself, I don't want to do that when I get older. I want to do this when I get older. I want this kind of house. I want this kind of car. My mom didn't have this. My mom wasn't able to provide this. And once you're able to identify those moments that caused you to cry and just sit and say to yourself, what the freak am I doing? Once you get that moment and you are honest with yourself, I had to be honest with myself when I had to leave a $24 basket of grocery in the store. I didn't have $24. My account, something had hit my account and I didn't have it. Now that's the truth. And I can't believe that truth is about to go around the world, but it is. So, once you identify that, then once you start, then you are less likely to stop. You have to always remember who you're working for, what you're working for, who you're working for, and why you're working for them. I told this story a couple of weeks ago about my grandmother. My grandmother always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and she wanted to go into real estate. And years ago, she wanted to buy this course by Carlton Sheets. I don't know if anybody remembers that. And she wanted to buy this course, but we didn't have the money to buy the course. My grandmother was a nurse, and she wanted me to write Oprah a letter to say, "Dear Oprah, me and my granddaughter we want to buy this course from Carlton Sheets so that we can start our own real estate business." Well, needless to say, I never wrote the letter to Oprah. If anybody wants to send this video to Oprah, you can. I don't care. But so part of the reason I do what I'm doing is for my grandmother. Part of the reason I do what I'm doing right now, and I can be so serious with you all and just put my heart out on the line, is because I want to be able to do for my children and my children's children what my grandmother wanted so desperately to do for me, but she couldn't. So what I'm doing is not for me, it's for my children. But what I've done and what I've put together is really not for you, it's for your children. Okay? So, and your children's children. It's about generational wealth. It's about creating something different that you didn't have growing up, that you've envisioned for your children, that you've envisioned for your life. Even right now, I want to take a vacation. It's not time to take a vacation yet. Stop rewarding yourself for stuff that you haven't even done yet. Not big rewards. Like I do believe in celebrating your small wins, but if there's something that you're working on, if there's a goal that you're trying to accomplish, make some major strides in that before you start to, I'm taking a trip, or I'm doing what. No, because some of that money that you're using on that trip probably could be used to help accomplish your goal. So anyway, that's what I've been doing for the past 6 months. And I have put everything, I have put my heart and my soul in one place because I want to help you, because I needed help. There were many nights that I cried, many days that I wore shoes to work that had holes on the bottom of the sole. Also, my children could have shoes. At one point, I couldn't buy my kids' shoes and my shoes at the same time. I couldn't do that. That was unheard of. So, how do I get to the video? So, on my, I think this camera at the bottom here, there's a link in my bio. Go click the link, look at every video. There are some testimonials on my website because I have already helped people. I've been doing this for a while. I've also helped some people with their businesses, so you'll see that on the website as well. But my website is FeliciaHeatonLLC.com. FeliciaHeatonLLC.com. Okay, but the link should be in the bio of my Facebook page, personal as well as business. It is in the link on Instagram. My YouTube channel is Felicia H. Eaton LLC. And that's it. I don't know. I feel like it needs to be something else, but go check those videos out. Let me know if you have any questions. If anyone is interested, and you're interested in the course and you decide to purchase the course, you are not going to be alone. We will have, there's a private group that you will be a part of, and we will meet every Sunday night so that I can answer detailed questions about where you are in the course. If you have something coming up at work, I can help you through that, whether it's a networking event, whether it is an interview, whatever it is. My resume is in there. My cover letter is in there. What else is in this? What else? There's a interview presentation that's in there. Like over 20 interview questions is in this course. All the questions that I got during my interviews with both companies. Okay, so I threw everything in the kitchen sink into this course because I want to help you. I did it for myself, and now I want to do it for you. If you have any questions and I missed them here on this platform, I will be responding to your messages and everything that you said. Thank you all for watching I was really nervous. My husband came up and he's like, wow, this is a lot. I'm like, yeah, it is a lot, because I'm a lot. I'm a lot because I needed to change my life. You can sit here and say, I'm good where I am. Well, if you're good where you are, that's great. But I am not the type of person who settles. I want more. And there is nothing wrong with saying that you want more. But when you say that, you have to change your life in order to get it. You can't do the same things that you used to do and think you're going to get the more that you really want. You can't do it. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of your support, all of your kind words. I really appreciate you. Thank you. If you have any questions, just, let me know. You can DM me. Go check out my website. Go check out my YouTube page. Subscribe, like, share. Think about the people in your life who really could use this course. Get your tissue ready, because it's time for you to figure out what is that one thing that will get you to start and keep you from stopping. All right. Thank you again. My name is Felicia H. Eaton, and the H stands for Higgs. That was my grandmother's name, so I'm a grandmother's baby. Thank you for watching. And whatever you do, get up, start moving, and start changing your life. Get up, start moving, and start changing your life. Get up, start moving, and start changing your life. I'll see y'all next time. I'll be here next week. I'll be here every week. You're probably going to get tired of me. There's some ads floating around, so check out the ads or share the ads. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.